Okay, I thought you were gonna leave me hanging for a second there.
I was doing the Hayao where he looks at the camera, and then when the match starts, that's when he looks back.
Gotcha. Well, hot diggity. It's been a while. It feels like it's been over a month, but it's only been 2 weeks, I think, since we have last. I was gonna say conjoined, but that's not the right word.
I mean, it's fine. You let it rock.
Okay,
It's been like the last 2 weeks. It's just been. I feel like they just like 2 to 3 weeks. It's like it didn't exist. Like we entered a different timeline or something. I've been sick for 2 weeks. Just been a piece of crap. I've been
me too.
It's just it's just been a blur. But I'm starting to get back into the groove of things, man. It's starting to feel pretty good again. Hell
yeah, me too, dude. It's crazy that we're having such similar experiences. So I wound up getting hurt at Evo. I just overworked myself, and I was wearing minimalist shoes, which have minimum cushions, and then I was like trundling around the concrete floors. And come Sunday, I could not put any weight on my feet. It was bad. It was like really bad. Like I thought about going to the hospital bad, like the actual hospital, not the video game hospital.
Walk around, man. I just got one of them watches with a step counter on it, and all it does is tell me how much of a lazy piece of crap I am. I don't walk nothing.
Dude, I have one, and I don't wear it because of that.
Just every time you check the time, you feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
What time is it? Oh.
Yeah, no, and it's like I'm not like I work out and stuff, so I'm not like out of shape. Well, I'm a little bit out of shape, but I'm not like terribly out of shape. It was just a lot of walking with not the right footwear, and it just kind of bodied me. So, lesson learned for next time, I suppose. But automatic, we have a packed show here because since I was injured, and then like when I got back, like my life almost literally went up in flames. The apartment building across from mine caught on fire while I was in Vegas. Ugh. That's scary. But yeah. Anyway, so like I had to get all of my real life shit together. Now things are together, getting back into the groove of things, and we have a lot to talk about because we're going to be recapping Evo a week late. But you know what? Better late than never. You know what they say. Yes. So we're going to recap Evo. We're going to settle our bets. And I have graphics for everybody this time. I did it. Yeah. Then I wanted to talk to you about your experience of watching Evo because you watched it from home. I was watching it from behind the curtain and from the hotel room. And then we're going to talk about all the announcements and stuff. So sound like a plan?
Down like a sad clown.
Down like a sad clown. Me too. All right. So let's get to the Steve Ace King Offsuit Memorial. He's not dead. He just retired. Best of 5 recap for Evo.
Hooray!
I even have the music for it. It's the wrong music, but it's still music nonetheless. But anyhoozle, we're going to start with, on your neck of the woods here, with Third Strike. Third Strike was won by MOV fighting out of Japan over Issei in the grand finals. Now, they were calling him Chi-Rithi. I always called him Chai-Rithi, but I guess his name is Chi-Rithi from Canada, taking the bronze. And Hayao, if you look at the bottom left there, voted best legs of Evo 2024. So congratulations to Hayao for getting the best legs of Evo 2024. Frankie BFG and Resolve time for 5th, and Nyaban and Shirokuro from France and Japan respectively time for 7th. 1,000 person Third Strike tournament on this, the year of 2024. Who'd have thunk, huh?
Yeah, and I want to say this is a really amazing top 8 in terms of variety of players. You got the classic old school Japanese players, Issei and MOV. You have the Canadian Chi-Rithi. He used to come down to America and play. He was somebody who could beat Justin Wong back in the day. I was like what we knew him for. And he's always been such a wonderful, like kind-hearted, spirited person. He's awesome. And then you got Hayao, who plays a whack but awesome and fun character. Easy to underestimate, but he did so well. And it's so cool to see you go up there. And then you got Frankie BFG, New York Third Strike, Ken player. He's doing his thing. And then and Frankie is somewhat from the older era. Resolve, he's young. There's no way he's old school. He's like 20 something. So that's awesome. There was this weird vibe that I saw like a random three follower X account. Oh, I hope a young person wins Third Strike. Nobody cares, but it's awesome. That guy's young and he got really far, so I'm really happy to see that. Then you got Niabon from France, and he has somehow he got even better than he used to be, and he's up there. That's really cool to see. Makoto, and then Shirokuro, who is, I wouldn't say he's a new Japanese player, but I wouldn't put him in the old guard category. So it's such a cool variety, and you got a couple ton players in there, young up there. But overall, this is the best tournament of the whole Evo experience, in my opinion.
Yeah, something that I heard a lot of people talking about is that like there's a lot of like new blood for Third Strike with its appearance at Evo, and there was a lot of people doing a lot of crazy things that a lot of like people who have been playing the game a long time like didn't have the perspective to try. So a lot of like these young teenagers doing crazy young teenager things in the old video game. It's really cool. I love seeing stuff like that. But yeah, that was Third Strike. That was the last tournament of Saturday. So we'll start with we'll continue, with the first tournament of Sunday, and it was one for you. We all get one. I got one. This is supposed to say Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, not Guilty Gear Strive. Apologies. Ignore that. This is Grand Blue versus, and it was won by an American. An anime game being won by an American. Aaron DeMac pulling it out, like getting the big win over Tororo. It was such a close match, and you could tell it meant a lot to Aaron DeMac. Also, it's supposed to be Paragon Aaron DeMac over there on the bottom left, so I'm sorry. That's two. I'm not Steve or That Mean Scene, so I apologize for all the mistakes. I was trying to do these after I finished the stream today. But anyway, Aaron DeMac qualifies himself for the Arc World Tour 2024 finals for Grand Blue versus Rising. Totoro taking second, getting himself 100 of those points. Koji Koko, also from the USA, taking third. Artorias and Vermilion, Shinku, and Zerom, all from the US, showing some US representation in this anime game at EVO. And last but not least, the Canadian Invader, of course, with the most Canadian name of them all. Have a nice day. So congratulations to everybody for Grand Blue. It was super fun to watch, man. I love watching Grand Blue. Now let's get into Guilty Gear Strive. Guilty Gear Strive, a very, in my opinion, unexpected top 8, right? We all had our picks. I had my picks, and I got destroyed. So that's going to give you a little bit of a, a preview into our bet settling segment later on. But Nitro, who, if I'm not mistaken, also a very good Dragon Ball FighterZ player, taking the big win over Japan's Tatuma to get that qualification spot for the Arc World Tour Finals. Red Ditto taking the bronze medal. Zando, all the way from Israel, throwing lots of cubes, now sponsored by Paragon, so I was really happy to see Zando. Ooey Gooey Chewy Snicker and Jack tying for 5th. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Leffen, and Arc World Tour champion Varix, all the way from Senegal, tying for 7th. So a very, very stacked Guilty Gear Strive Guilty Gear Strive tournament at EVO. Yeah, he's from Senegal, dude, and he won the Arc World Tour Finals this year. So
Just Africa.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I forgot that was a place.
Don't we all? That's privilege, my friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far.
No, yeah. But yeah, no, a very like crazy top 8. It was so cool. Watching Zando do his thing with Asuka is super neat. Watching Nitro like close out the tournament over Japan for Guilty Gear for I think the 2nd year in a row is kind of crazy, right? Because I think Umisho won last year. It's not normal for Americans to beat Japanese players at EVO in anime games. So this is crazy. Let's keep it moving. We got Tekken 8, and we have Arslan Ash and Atif, the Pakistani brothers, taking the 1 and 2. Japan's Nobi taking the big bronze 3rd place medal. Ulsan from Korea taking 4th. Rafe and Keisuke from Saudi Arabia and Japan, respectively, tying for 5th. And JDCR and Cherry Berry Mango tying for 7th. And I put over there on the bottom left, Arslan, Atif, and Ulsan all surpassed Mogold, who was also present this weekend, in the global leaderboard. Mogold was first in the Tekken World Tour leaderboard before this tournament, and now he ain't. So he was surpassed by Arslan, Atif, and Ulsan. So shoutouts to Tekken, and shoutouts to me for putting up all those good stream matches during days 1 and 2, because that was my job. But we'll get into that a little bit later. And last but not least, to round out the Sunday finals, Street Fighter 6, Punk, finally, after years and years and years, and in Street Fighter, I believe this is the first time an American has won EVO since, what, like 15 years ago? So the first time in a hot minute that an American has won Street Fighter at EVO. Punk, after, you know, the major heartbreaks he's had at EVO in the past, you know, notable matches like the grand finals against Takedo a couple years ago in Street Fighter 5. We saw him in top 8 last year for Street Fighter 6. But now the curse of Punk at EVO is broken, and he qualifies for Capcom Cup 11 over Big Bird, all the way from the United Arab Emirates. Ending Walker, showing he ain't no slouch with that Ed, making it all the way to 3rd place. Momochi, also with Ed, all the way up in 4th place. Nemo and Zen, tying for 5th. Dude, these names are just crazy for this top 8. And then tied for 7th, Angry Bird and Tokido. These are some hella names.
Crazy.
These are some hella names. But that, ladies and gents, is the EVO recap. There is a lot more tournaments that happen, but I did not have the time to put them all together, so I'm sorry for that. And you know what? If you wanna look up more results and stuff, you can always go to Liquipedia. Liquipedia has an FGC section now that is updated very, very, very often and is really, really good for resources. That's what I've been using for these graphics. So big ups to Liquipedia and everybody that works over there. Automatic.
Yes.
We got bets to settle.
I think I did pretty good. If I recall correctly, I think I made some pretty sharp calls.
Yes. So the way we were doing it this year is we picked 3 players each for games. And if one of us did not get any of our 3 picks and top 6, we were going to owe a pizza.
Okay. I'm still not clicking on the rules, but I'm confident in my picks.
Spoiler alert, you won. So spoiler alert, you won. So while you're figuring that out, say hello to Papa Matic or Mama Matic. Hello. But spoiler alert, you did really well, and I did not do so hot. First, we had a very last minute entry. If you remember, Steve Ace King Offsuit Jerk was in the chat, and he threw out his picks, so I decided to put him in this. And his picks were Big Bird, Takedo, and Menardi. And Big Bird got second.
Not bad.
So he got him. And Takedo also in the top 8. Not top 6. Not top 3 like we wanted to in this bet. But still, good calls nonetheless. Those are Steve's picks. Now, Automatic, here is your picks. You called Punk. You called Punk. Xiaohai didn't make it through. Menardi didn't make it through. Hayao was 4th, 1 away from the top 3. Tobinaka and SA, nowhere to be found.
Wait. No. That's incorrect. That's not. It's Issei.
Issei, sorry.
And Toby also didn't get to top 3, but Issei was second place, I believe.
Look, there's a video that I posted on the YouTube yesterday where there's a video I posted on YouTube yesterday about the nightmare situation that I put myself in at EVO. I'll retell it really quickly, but if you want to watch like the actual story told really well, you can go to our YouTube. And I think it's just titled like I embarrassed myself in front of top players at EVO. This was like at the end of Saturday. So, you know, we were all hurting. We were all dying. Sitting down for the stream setup was Kakoma, Ulsan, Cherry Berry Mango, John Ding, Edge, and Edge's opponent. I was talking to Edge's opponent, getting all his information for the stream. And then I turned to Edge to speak to Edge. And in my brain, I'm like, oh, he's sponsored by T1. That's Japanese. So I said, I forgot what like what the context was, but I think I said like sumimasen to say sorry for taking so long. And then Kokoma just goes, he's Korean. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn it. And here's what happened. At that point I was like mortified because I was like, that's the one thing I did not want to do. And like I tried to prepare myself as best I could for it, but I still fucked it up. So I was about to get on my knees. Like I was starting to get on my knees to like kneel down and be like, dude, I'm so sorry. But then as I was getting to my knees, I started second guessing myself. I was like, wait, is this a Japanese thing? So I gave up on that and I just started rolling around on the ground. So I was just rolling around on the ground. Then I got up and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And luckily, like, everybody, like all of the Koreans that were sitting next to me and next to Edge were like laughing it off and they were really cool about it. So
they're just messing with you, probably.
Yeah. No, and I played it up too, but it was like that's the one thing I did not want to do and I fucking did it. I hate myself for it. But anyway. All that to say that like I'm fucking up names, dude. I'm sorry. But anyway, so you had one of your games that you did not get any top threes. So as of right now, you were down 1 point. Does that make sense?
Games I didn't get top three.
You did not get any of the top threes for Third Strike.
Issei was top three.
Issei was top three? Wait, really?
Yes.
Am I crazy?
Grand Finals, MLB versus.
Oh!
Issei.
I'm an idiot.
this whole time.
I'm gonna take these fucking gummies.
Cake Superior for me. A cake Superior for me.
So anyway, we got two. I'm gonna take these the timer gummies. Because God help me, I need some help. Let's get to my picks. They're not very good.
I'll take my multivitamin. There we go. I got some gummy multivitamins that I found on sale.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So here are my picks. So I got Angry Bird. Oh no, I didn't. I picked Angry Bird, but I was thinking of Big Bird. I fucked up. Angry Bird did not make it through. I didn't get anybody for Street Fighter. I got Arslan Ash for Tekken 8. Nobody for Guilty Gear, and nobody for Grand Blue Versus. So I owe you, I think, like 3 Quesabirias.
Damn.
So
that's
I'm
all right.
in the hole.
Angry Bird, you can count that as like a half.
Nah.
I'll settle for one Quesabiria. I'll settle for
one Quesabiria. Yeah. Also, fun fact: I did have to redact the name of my first place pick. Yeah, because that person turns out to, have done some stuff that's not great, and I don't even want to mention their name or talk about it. Go ahead.
Can we stay out of trouble? We need one of those like boards that say like we have this many days without any FGC fuck ups. Dude,
like the Evo, like the post Evo clown show was like on another level this year. It was fucking crazy, dude. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, all this said, congratulations, you have won multiple Quesabirias. I'll be sending you the money after the show tonight. And you better share pictures of the Quesabirias. Well, damn. I didn't know it was that exciting. Shit. For those of you that are listening to this, Automatic was just doing a fucking belly dance over there.
I was allowing for the motorboat.
But anyway, so those are the bets. So congratulations, Automatic. I'll be sending you like $100 or something. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna send you $100. I don't even have $100 to send. I'll send you some money. So you can get some Quesabirias, and you better post those on social media so I can tell that you didn't spend my money elsewhere.
It's gonna be like you know how you get a bucket of chicken? It's gonna be a bucket of Quesabiria, a bucket of consomme.
Like you're gonna get like a giant like pallet of those Quesabiria bombs. Have you seen those? Apparently those are really good. I haven't had them myself, but it's like you just put it in like a pot of boiling water and then it works like a bath bomb, except it's Quesabiria. It's magic. I don't know. But anyway, that's the recap. Automatic. I wanted to get your end of your opinion on your experience of Evo this year, because you were at home watching. How did that go?
It's great. I mean, there's not really any complaints from my side, I don't think. I watched a lot of Third Strike, and in between that, I would watch Street Fighter 6, and that's really all there is to it, man. Third Strike had me locked in. I loved I loved how, day one is like a warm up, not really a whole lot going on. Saturday was just all day nonstop action. The only complaint is not really a complaint. It's just I wish you can see more matches, but you can't really change the amount of time in a day.
Yeah.
I don't know about adding another stream to facilitate that is going to make it any better. But, I mean, yeah, I just wish there was more. But
yeah,
always get what you want.
Yeah, and let me tell you, so I was there working this year, and my job was I was the stream runner. So I would be the person who walked out into the giant competition area and got matches for the Tekken stream. And I'm actually really proud of myself. I'm usually not one to toot my own horn, but I'm actually really proud of how I did. My whole goal for day one is, since it's always like you said it yourself, since it's always like a warm up where you usually see like the top seed just beat up on all the jobbers that are in the all the pop monsters, right? So I specifically wanted to not get any top seeded or lower seeded players in pools, and I just got middle seeds. And I don't know. I know Tekken is very well designed to be exciting even when nothing's happening. Tekken 8. But man, the crowd that was watching Tekken all weekend was kind of sick. It was populated. I'm especially happy that I was able to get all of the streamers that were dipping their toes into Tekken that went to Evo. So I got Lily Pichu on stream. I got Box on stream. Dude, I'm a Cutie Pie versus Knee on stream. That was sick. That was so sick. And also, shout outs to your protege, Lakari. I don't know
protege.
Dude, Lakari got 129th at Tekken.
Yeah, he's good. He knows how to play Tekken.
Dude, he's the third best placing Texan at Evo. And on top of that, he went to the Cuddle Cup qualifier in San Antonio this past weekend, got himself top 8. I think he tied for 5th. So he knows what he's doing, man. He's turning a lot of heads. He's turning a lot of heads.
He wore his apparel was quite suspicious.
So, okay. This is another story I told, but I'm so happy to tell it again because this is so fucking fun.
Okay.
Day one, I put him up on stream on winner's side, and he won. Day two, something happened where the matches went too quickly, so we needed a filler match, and I just happened to catch one of his matches out of loser's bracket. So I was like, let's go on stream. So everything's great. I'm walking with him, I'm planting the seeds of getting him to go to Austin locals. I'm like, yeah, there's Arcade UFO, blah blah blah. Then we do the whole thing where we get names for stream, all this other stuff. I sit down, everything's great. Then we wait for his match to come up. He starts walking in, and it wasn't until he sat down and Majin Obama saw his shirt on the monitor that the commentators get, that the director was like, guys, what is this shirt? I missed it. The stage manager missed it. The cameraman missed it. Everybody except Majin Obama picked up on it. And then they had to do some fancy camera work to make sure that his shirt just said biggest micro penis in the world. But yeah, so we had to do some the cameraman, whose name was Brendan, he's super cool, had to do some fancy camera work and work with the director to make sure that they didn't get that on stream. But it was so funny, dude, because we had our options were tell him to go away after he sat down to play, or just run it. And I was like, just run it, dude.
Good problem solving in the moment, but it's pretty funny that nobody caught it.
Dude, yeah, I felt really bad because I didn't even look. And I literally I looked at him. How would you? I looked at him, I watched him play rock, paper, scissors, so I looked at this area. I just never looked at the shirt. Oh, but that shit was funny though. That shit was really fucking funny. But that wasn't supposed to happen, but I think the moment that it created was a lot better than if that hadn't happened, right? Because the chat was vibing with it. Majin Obama and MYK were losing their shit. It was so fucking funny.
You went to an Evo before, their previous location. You went to that one before, right?
Yes. Last year it was at the Mandalay Bay.
Which one do you think was better?
So that's difficult. That's difficult, and here's why. With the Mandalay Bay, I honestly think the walk from the Mandalay Bay Hotel to the convention center is longer than the walk from the hotel to the hotel we were at, which was Resort World Hilton, to the convention center. Yeah, I think it's a longer walk at the Mandalay Bay. On top of that, they had the Vegas Loop was there, where they had like the Elon Musk like Tesla underground tunnel that went from Resorts World to the West Hall. So we didn't even need to like go outside. And honestly, like, I'm just going to take a little bit of a quick pause. That's such a great idea, but it's done so shittily. It's done so bad. Like, they have this great opportunity to have, like, this underground tunnel of Teslas that just, like, go drop people off. But it's not automated. They have drivers. So the drivers are driving at, like, 15 miles an hour because it's so tight. So it, like, almost isn't worth it. But if my feet weren't killing me, I would not. I wouldn't have taken it. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre because it's such a good idea, but it's just done so terribly. Something that struck me. So I wasn't at Evo on Sunday, unfortunately. I was just bedridden at the hotel on Sunday, which, like, that was a tough pill to swallow, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I really wanted to be there. But I think the big this year, and I'm sure like Rick and the team are already fixing it, and if they haven't fixed it already, is they had an issue with the arena. So the way it worked this year is you had the show floor at the convention center, and then they chose like half of the convention center to be the arena, and they got like a bunch of stands, and it looked really like the stage setup was so sick. Everything looked really cool. Like the production of the stage looked so sick. Like the arena looked so sick. However, I think there was a little bit of an underestimation of how people were going to use the arena. I think they thought that people would go watch their game and then go back to the convention center after their game was over, right? What happened was a lot of people showed up to watch Grand Blue Versus and stayed all the way through. So it got to a point where the arena was just full capacity. Like, I'm talking like Fire Marshal almost shut that shit down over capacity.
Makes sense, honestly, because people want to get there early, so why not get there early with something that maybe you're not even interested in Grand Blue, but you want to watch something later that happens, so you guarantee a good spot.
Yeah, so that was super unfortunate, and it got to the point where like they weren't letting people into the arena. Like the fire marshal was like, not a single person goes in unless one person goes out. Even Rick wasn't able to get to the arena at some point, from what I heard. Like Rick had to do the announcement for what's next for Evo, and he wasn't able to get to the arena. So that was like the big of this year. My hope is that they will get a bigger arena for like they'll make sure that has more space next year, right? And I say that because I think I'm the kind of person where like in the past, like I would always buy a Sunday ticket, and I would be the person who would show up first thing in the morning, and I would sit there all day. I would watch. Hell, last year I sat down to watch Marvel, and I did not leave until after Street Fighter 6 ended, right? Like I was in that arena all day. So, and I'm the kind of person that like I just like watching top 8s, or I'm sorry, top 6s. So like to me that made a lot of sense, but I can totally understand that they thought like, you know, people would just go back and forth more. That caused a lot of problems. I know there were some other issues with like the arena bathrooms, because there was only like one bathroom for the entire arena. It was all in the convention center, but there was only one bathroom that was like at like after the arena section. So I just think that was one of those things where it was either overlooked or they didn't think it was going to play out the way that it did. And it's very unfortunate that it didn't play out the way that it did, especially because a big point of contention this year is that the tickets were a little bit more expensive because the arena is included, right? But with that said, they had the backup plan, which is they had watch parties along the convention floor. Like I think they had one stage dedicated to Maximilian, where Maximilian was watching the tournament with everybody, which was really sick. They had like a bunch of other like content creators. I think there was like a Tasty Steve one at one point, and like a Sajam one at some point, right? So like they had these backup plans, but I think people just really wanted to get into the arena, which I don't blame them. But yeah, that was like the big was the capacity at the arena.
It sounds so much like a theme park these days. When I think about the cost per day and the things you get to do, and
yeah,
like the way you can funnel human beings to one spot and spread it out. It's like not just, I mean, it's been like this for a while. Evo hasn't been a tournament exclusive experience. It's been a convention for quite a few years now, but it really is getting to that next level where you gotta like break some boundaries and figure out what the next step is.
Yeah. and I think the way they had planned the arena, I think like they were building to the last minute, because I think the first day on Friday they were still building that arena for Saturday.
And what's crazy is one of the reasons I didn't go is because it's freaking expensive, man. Everything costs so much.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, I got a kid now, and I don't want to spend too much time and travel and spend all that money, and you know.
Yeah.
But all the people there were cool. Everybody else was like, yeah, 1,000, 2,000 plus. Yeah, I could drop that for this. Like, sheesh.
Yeah, honestly, if I didn't go to work, I wouldn't have gone. Right? Like, it all kind of happened super last minute, where I got called up by Chris Segg. He was like, hey, what's your Tekken knowledge like? And I was like, I could pick top players out of a lineup all day. But if you ask me who's better than who, I got nothing. He's like, great, that's what we need. So he sent me over. And to, like, 10-0 and TNS. Like, I worked with, like, the people that I was working with were all, like, Tong's crew from TNS. But I was working under 10-0. But everybody I worked with was, like, phenomenal. It was, like, one of the best professional experiences I've had in a hot minute. The actual, like, work itself, like, everything was understaffed, but what isn't nowadays, right? Like, they're all just working with the best, like, they're doing the best they can with what they have, right? And I even, like, sat down and, like, thought about it with a couple of the people that I was with. And I was like, is there not a better way to do any of this? And they're like, nope, we've tried. So, it was hard work. It was tough, but it, like, you know, after everything was said and done, like, I'm happy with what I did. Like, everything that I wanted to do for Tekken and pulling people up on stream was what I wanted. I didn't want to make an ass out of myself to Korean people, to the Korean top players, but I did. So I apologize.
That's a really big responsibility. That's the whole show. That's everything. The players who get up on there, and your decision to pick and choose which one and who goes up there is the most important thing.
Yeah, no, it was awesome though, because like I specifically was picking like middle seats for pools, and because of the way Tekken 8 is designed, like the matches were super exciting all the way through. So it didn't feel like a warm-up day, right? Like all of the matches were like really, really good.
Those mid-card matches, not only do they make the most difference to those players who oftentimes won't get that kind of exposure or experience, those are oftentimes the best matches, because you see people trying to figure out things in a moment. They're not doing things perfectly, or they know exactly the optimal action to take. So you see things that you don't expect, and you may see some people that like Lily Pichu is a really great example. Seeing how she progresses and what her experience is, and how you can view it through a person's lens like that. Yeah,
no, and that was like something that I think is going to stick with me for a long time, is like whenever I would pull matches, whichever the match was, like they were not expecting to get pulled up, right? Because like, look, I understand like you want like the big names and the big bright lights, right? I understand. But, you know, everybody that was seated first in their pools was going to make it out to the second day. So I wanted to give as many people the chance to go up and like be on the spotlight as possible. And something that's going to stick with me for a long time is like how excited people got when they heard their names called when they were going to go to the stream. They were like, oh shit, I never get to go on stream, right?
Yeah, and you don't really want to see knee blow out somebody who signed up just because they're going to the event. That's not very exciting either.
Exactly. One of my favorite things that wound up happening is when I was walking around, I walked by a pool that was like about to get to winners finals, and I was like, oh sick, I want to see like who's playing. And the dude had an entire Kuma getup. I don't think he was a furry, but he had an entire Kuma getup. Like he had the arms, he had the head, and so I was like, go on stream, fucking get up there. And what was really funny was the night after that happened, I found that I guess some people from the Tekken team were live streaming like a watch along party from the Tekken channel on YouTube. And them reacting to that guy is so funny. Like they were just like, oh, like they were like surprised, but like it was like a happy surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like a judgmental surprise or anything. It was so sick. It was so sick. But yeah, and I also wanted to embrace, like I wanted to try to embrace like all of the content creators who are outside of the FGC who dip their toes into the FGC, right? So that's why I really wanted to get, like, I got Lily Pichu, I got Box, I got Shifter, I got I'm a Cutie Pie, I put Lakari up there. You know, we all heard the stories.
Smart too. Like logistically, they have good viewership, good followers. So.
Dude, yeah, And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the quality of the matches, the fact that you got like a lot of really good barn burner matches, and on the first day, and you had the big names on top of it too, is like the area around Tekken was like the most populated, I think. Aside from, whenever they had a panel where they announced important shit, because that makes sense.
Yep. As much as I would like to see every single match of every fighting game, especially in top 6, play out like High Al fighting somebody, every match was like those matches. So the games don't always do the best at facilitating that. So the next best thing, or also what it is just a really good thing, is the storyline and how people relate to the people who are playing. And that can be very difficult to find these days.
Yeah.
But streaming, people coming from different places, different communities, I suppose, bring in new eyes, new excitement.
Yep. One person that sticks out in my mind was Skara. He was one of the people that was in the Sejam Slam. He's a what? I think he's a league legend,
I believe.
I think he's a league guy. But I didn't know this before, but apparently like he was not feeling great when he went to Evo. Not like sick, but like he was like, oh, I don't know, I haven't practiced enough. This doesn't feel good. I didn't know that, so I was like, hey, get up on stream. And to what you were saying, like he like lost the first game decisively. It was like 3-0, no round brown, but he came back and won. And it was so sick, like watching him like figure it out. It was so sick. And like you also had like this was Tekken 8. This was Tekken 8. And you had like his coach Tone from the Sejam Slam was there. You had all of his friends from OTV who were part of his content org were there. Like everybody was cheering him on. So like seeing him like take like
I want to watch that.
Yeah, seeing him take like that big misstep to lose the first game, but then like come back and win the whole thing was so sick. It was so sick. It was so sick. And like that shit that makes you feel like a fucking superhero too. So I can't even imagine how good they felt.
I'll look that up and see if I can find it.
Yeah, same thing happened with Lakari during the match with the shirt. Like the first game, like he lost very decisively, but he brought it back. Like he started like really figuring his way out. Like and he started like feeling comfortable playing on stream. It was really cool. It was really cool because that's like such an overwhelming experience. So
yeah, you are. What is it? What's the expression? When you go into the water like head first. I forget the expression.
Yeah, diving in on the deep end. Yeah, diving in the deep end. That was pretty crazy. But yeah. Anyway, so as far as I go, for me personally, goal accomplished, and everybody was happy with the matches. So hey, I feel like I did my job okay. But as we know, the other thing we look forward to at Evo.
Well,
what?
We had this conversation last time about the announcements and predicting what they would be and what could you possibly even announce. And I just couldn't really think of a whole lot. Like maybe Marvel 4 or a CVS. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect what they did announce.
SVC. I don't have the trailer for SVC, but yeah, SVC Chaos. Shit.
Not to get ahead, but I looked at the Steam charts for SVC Chaos, and they had about 56 players live at the time. And FightK had over 100. So
maybe it's not a great port. Who knows? Although I've heard SVC Chaos is like such a bizarre game.
Yeah. I don't know too much about it. They actually released it when I was like going to the arcades back when I was a kid. And there's this weird thing when you select a character, it sounds like Terry goes Camo whenever you select your characters. I thought that was because they used a bootleg version of the game and it wasn't working right. But that's just how the game is. After you pick your character, it's just a random voice acting. Camo. Okay.
Jimbo.
I thought it was a bootleg copy. It's like, dang.
That's really funny. I really want to buy it to try it because I've heard so much crazy, weird shit about it.
It's a cheap game. Unblockables, Zero's really cheap. I don't know too much about it. I know Hugo can dash. He can do a really fast forward dash. And then
I heard. I think they also have like the alien from Metal Slug as a character. That's so sick.
He's kind of weird.
That's so sick. Dude, Metal Slug's the best game ever. But what we did get is very similar. Like the Street Fighter 6 announcement that we got was exactly a carbon copy of last year, right? Which was, but we're probably gonna get the big thing at Gamescom in August. But we got the Terry trailer. We've all seen the Terry trailer at this point, so I'm not gonna play it. However, since I have access to the Capcom Press website, I got some really, really high quality screenshots of our boy Terrence Bogardius.
Can I ask you, are you surprised that they didn't show any gameplay for Terry?
Yes and no. I had made a mistake. For whatever reason, I was under the impression that Terry was coming out in the summer. So as soon as I saw autumn, it thought they delayed the character. But I think I just read it wrong. I think Bison was in the summer and then Terry is in the autumn.
It's gonna take a hot second.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where I was like, wait, what? But you know, after thinking about it, like, this is exactly what they did last year. Last year they showed the trailer or the teaser for Aki. You know, like, and what can you do?
All right, yeah, that's what we got.
Yep. But anyway, we got some very high def photos of Lord Terrence over here on what he looks like in Street Fighter 6. Do you think he looks like Terry Bogard and fits into Street Fighter 6?
No.
I love this shot. This shot's really good.
That's nice. You gotta see him in motion. He doesn't look bad. So far, he doesn't look sick. As a character model.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where, like, I don't think we've ever seen, like, Terry as a 3D model, like, high def like this. Like, he's in Smash. But, like, I don't think we've ever seen...
There's a weird KOF game I think he's in. I forget what it is. Like KOF something. There's a 3D game out there somewhere, but it was like a PlayStation 2 game, so it's not really much of a help.
Yeah. So I don't know what I expected. It looks a little weird, but I think it's just because it's fucking Terry in Street Fighter. You know?
Want to see if I can pull up KOF Maximum Impact. Was he in this game?
Maximum Impact? I don't think I've ever heard of this. This is news to me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He doesn't. He looks better in Street Fighter 6, to be honest.
Can you pull it up on your end? I'm so curious.
I think I can. Yeah. Yeah. I'll move it over.
No, I got you.
See him right here.
Oh.
That's a video? Well, let me go back to it. You can just see from here,
right?
Oh.
Dude, his shoulders look so weird. It looks like he has 2 elbows. That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, I think it was one of those things where, like, we had never seen Terry in, like, this art style before. So, like, it was difficult to, like, expect something, right?
He don't look bad.
No, he doesn't.
He looks like Terry.
Yeah. I still really like this shot. This is so good. This looks so cool. I just hope that's not his like drive impact or something. I don't know.
That's Buster Wolf. Buster Wolf, I think it's called. Also,
speaking of which, I completely forgot. We have our first sponsor, by the way. I wanted to shout this out. It's the only 24-hour fast food restaurant chain in Metro City, and it's McRush. So thanks to McRush for sponsoring the show. You can try their Drive Burger now. It costs 1 drive meter, but if you want it as part of a combo, you have to give them 3 drive meters. But even if you don't have 3 drive meters,
I'm glad it's MK Rush and not down MK Rush.
Oh yeah. But anyway, big thanks to McRush for sponsoring the episode. And even if you don't have the drive meter, you can just ask for it anyway. They'll give it to you because they don't care. So thanks to McRush. Thanks to McRush. Thanks to McRush for sponsoring this episode. The only 24-hour fast food restaurant chain in Metro City. So big thanks to them. Can I show you the trailer that I think took me the most by surprise?
Nah.
Okay. I'll skip to the Fatal Fury stuff then. No, I'm kidding. This is the Guilty Gear trailer. This, I think, was the most surprising announcement of. Oh, we probably want audio, huh? And we probably don't want it loud as shit. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So they announced the 3v3 mode, and they had the beta for it. I got to play the tutorial, and then I did not play the actual beta, but I learned how to play it. And I guess so unfortunately this stuff got leaked like the morning of, where like somebody didn't put the right time zone into YouTube.
It happens every time.
Yeah. But they're getting new stages. They're getting returning characters. People have been clamoring for Dizzy for years and years and years, and now she's finally back. People have been clamoring for Venom for some damn reason. Now he's back. I guess this is the antagonist of the anime that's coming out soon. And then they announced the first ever Guilty Gear guest character, which, like,
what is it? Gerald, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, from Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Is it Idris Elba?
No. It's Lucy. Lucy from Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is the Netflix anime of Cyberpunk, set in the Cyberpunk world. And Lucy is like one of the two main characters in that game, or the anime rather.
That's cool. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, the first ever Guilty Gear guest character. And honestly, look, I've talked about this a bit, and like outside of the podcast, but Cyberpunk came into my life at like the perfect time. Like I had just gotten laid off, so I was like really pissed off at corporate America, and the entire game is about like corporate greed. So I was like all in, right? So I was like all in, and the DLC came out at the perfect time, so I like played the shit out of it and like really got immersed in the world. I'm not usually an anime person, but I watched the shit out of Edgerunners. Edgerunners is really good. And like there's a lot of people like Space Dive in our chat saying, oh, it should have been this character, it should have been that character. But like Lucy, I think, is a perfect character for Guilty Gear because she fights with mono wires. So she's got like wires and shit out the ass. And what else does Arc System Works do well? The lady from what's her name? Phonon from Uni 2?
Yep.
Yeah. So like they have like Lucy, like I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with that character. But I think genuinely that was the most mind-blowing announcement. ArcSys didn't make Uni 2. They published Uni 2, but it was made by French bread. I get it. Sorry for getting that wrong. Thanks, Olsen. Olsen's used to be our editor. He's a good buddy of mine. But yeah, I don't know, man. Look, Cyberpunk has had a very heavy impact on my life in a really good way. So seeing that show get represented in Guilty Gear, I think is really, really fucking cool. And I would not have guessed this in like a million years. That's crazy. That's wild.
Cool to me. I like it.
That's wild. Plus they announced, they had a huge update too that went live the Monday after Evo, where like they fixed a lot of the problems that I had with the game. Wild Assault now no longer does a hard knockdown when you wall break. You can't Roman cancel off of invincible meterless reversals, right? So no more FADC, like no more DP FADC shenanigans in Strive, which is pretty cool. But yeah, like it got me to play the game again. I've been playing Strive again, and I got an ABBA, and she's been beating ass. But yeah, that I think genuinely that was the one that was like sticking in the back of my brain as like huge announcement. I purposefully didn't look at the leaks, and then I was able to watch the announcement from my hotel room. So, but I'm really happy with it, man. I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do. I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do. Shall we move on to other announcements?
Yeah.
You know what? The thing I'm most sad about this Evo is that I didn't get to do anything. I was just working, right? So I didn't get to play 2XKO. I didn't get to play Mortal Kombat. I didn't get to play Fate of Fury, City of the Wolves, even though that game is like the one that has me the most interested right now. But I didn't get to play it. I just walked by the booth a couple times and saw people getting hype. So, but we did get some stuff from Fate of Fury, including this trailer here. Dude, I love the vibe. The vibe of Fatal Fury is so good. Who is it? Oh, it's Clark. Oh, Kyle. Kevin. Kevin.
Who?
It's Clark, but Kevin.
That is a brother or something?
Yeah, I guess so. Also, I find it so funny that he says, watch your feet when he goes low. Dude, I just really want to play this game, man. I'm so sad.
Yeah, it'll come out at some point, you know?
Yeah, early 2025.
What? Oh, man. Bullet.
He just punches a grenade into that dude's face. Or not a grenade, is that a shell?
Like a bullet.
But yeah. And if that wasn't enough, we also got another one. So we got the BOGO. Buy one, get one for the Garo. Here, we'll skip the intro stuff because we just watched it and we just vibed out.
Yeah.
Billy Kane, back at it again. And he's got the Dawson pokes. I'm pleasantly surprised at like the vibe that they're giving this game. I thought it was gonna just be like very similar to KOF 15, but it has a whole different feel to it. Like from the art style to like the setting and how the game looks and moves.
Sometimes KOF games feel like they're quantity over quality. It's not particularly true, you know?
Yeah.
But this one does feel like the quality is there.
Yeah. Rev it up. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Coming out early 2025. What?
Is it cool?
Oh, I thought you said boo. I was like, what? Last but not least, this is the final thing we're going to watch here. This trailer I thought was really cool. And I'm shocked that nothing got leaked. Except for, I think, morning of something got leaked. But after the whole shenanigans that the people from Bandai Namco put us through, like after Michael Murray and Harada walking in and out, we finally got this trailer. And honestly, I think this is probably like the best character reveal trailer I've seen in a hot minute. Have you seen this already? Okay. This is the Tekken 8 trailer. This is what we got.
Oh, I think I did see this.
Well, either way, we're going to watch it because it's so damn cool. It's so cool. You see everybody practicing the fucking the crouch dashes,
Wave dash.
Or the wave dashes. Yeah, you see him do the wind god fist. It's so sick. Dude, and like they threw the red herring in there too. Like that got me. The red herring got me. And the red herring should be coming up here. I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. It's whenever Lydia shows up. Dude, all this looks so cool.
I was like 16 again, I'd be all crazy.
See, this is what I mean. Like they showed the mustache and then they show Lydia's dad, and you're like, wait a minute, is it not who I thought it was? Oh. And this is where people are like, no way. Whoa. And then you see the mustache.
Dash.
And he's got the scar. What I find really weird is like he looks younger. And I think it might just be the color of his hair. That's so sick. That's so sick. I'm not one to like. I wasn't a big fan of Bison coming back, and I'm also not a big fan of Heihachi coming back. But this trailer is so sick. It's so good. And does this have the stinger? It doesn't. Oh, well, that's not what I meant. And then like when they showed it at Evo, they then had a montage of Raven from 2004 saying Heihachi Mishima's dead, and then Raven from 2024 saying Heihachi Mishima's dead, and then Harada saying Heihachi Mishima is completely dead. And then he's back.
Maybe some kind of reincarnation or some weird bathed in the flames. I'm a different form, but
yeah,
like Bison's like, you can call me a Bison if you want to. I don't know.
Dude, dude, that trailer is so sick. I love the fact that like they like took their time and like they're really showing like the story mode stuff. It's really cool. Mortal Kombat didn't announce anything at Evo to my recollection. However, they announced stuff at San Diego Comic-Con. The day after SAG-AFTRA announced that they're striking against WB Games. So watch out for that. Yeah, there's for those of you that don't know, SAG-AFTRA last week announced that they are striking. They've authorized the strike on a couple of companies. It's like Activision, Epic, WB Games, and a couple other names that I didn't fully recognize over AI protections for their actors. So just to make sure that like the company can't just like scan your voice and then use it for the rest of your life without paying you, right? So yeah, just watch out for that. For right now, there's no like embargo or anything on like streamers playing video games and stuff. It doesn't work like the movies did. So we just have to keep an eye on it. And I'm hoping that, the actors get the protections they need, because, that shit's important, man. That shit's important. Got to make sure everybody eats. Automatic, I appreciate you being back, man. I appreciate you being here.
Good to be here. Taking a break from playing 100 matches with my friend in Third Strike back in the day. I met on Xbox, the OG Xbox. We played Third Strike on that.
Ooh, the online edition.
He just challenged me. I was like, "Hey, it's my friend," and we played over 100 matches for like 3 hours.
Dude, that's how you know it's like that's how you know you're having fun, when you can do shit like that.
Yeah, one person.
Yeah. That's what happened to me today on stream. I played a little bit of Guilty Gear this morning on stream, and I wound up just playing one person. I wound up just playing one Milia player, and I was really pissed off at the very beginning because I was getting my ass kicked, and then I figured it out. It was fun, and I like that much like you were saying, like when you watch other people go through it, it's also nice when you do it, when you're like figure something out by trying stuff. I'm a big fan. All right. Any final thoughts before we go goodbye?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you heard him. Nope. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been Best of 5. You can find Automatic at Automatic everywhere except for YouTube. I think it's Jibbo. Jibbo.
That's correct.
And you can go to bestofvshow.com, where you can see all of our past podcasts as well as all of our links to our socials and the badass website that I spent like 2 weeks building. So please go look at it. Yep. And then be like, wow.
What came through from the raid that I sent over. Follow the channel.
Yeah. No, and thank
appreciate
you.
The support.
Yeah, thank you for rating. Thank you for rating.
Yeah, I try to do that every time, though.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm not going to say no. You know what I mean?
I do want to.
Oh, well, then okay. All right. I'm going to turn everything off now because the gummies are hitting. I'll see y'all. I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming throughout the week, but for everybody on the audio version and on the YouTube version, or everybody watching here just for the show, I'll catch y'all next week. All right?
Later.
Peace out.